Hello, Star Tommy here, also known as Katadin. In this video today, I am delivering what I promised in my previous video. I will be explaining Sky Tower floors 1 through 30. Yes, I know most of you are probably thinking there is no need to make a video for floors 1 through 20 since most know how to work them. But I found a lot of people don't know what to do beyond bursting bosses. So, I'll be explaining how the floors work beyond completely destroying the boss. You will learn what to do if you are in a raid that can't burst. Well, I hope you enjoy the video and learn a thing or two while you're at it. Floor 1. The World Outside the World. This floor is merely an intro to the Sky Tower. All that's to be done is to defeat Theodore, the weaponized first boss of Sky Tower. The only note is to DPS him down while avoiding his AoEs. Not much to be explained here, though if you're in an organized raid, by the time some of you load in, Theodore will most likely be dead and the chest is already present in the center of the room. Floor 2. The Cost of Exploration. On this floor, there is a debuff that is placed on everyone in combat, one where you are either a plus or a minus stat. These stats are harmless if you are by someone with the same stat as you, but if you go near someone with a different one, you will be causing harm to each other. This floor is designed to kill you before you get the chance to destroy the Explorer Core, another machine boss. In a raid with very little DPS, it's best to have the melee classes focus on the boss, while the others stay far from each other to prevent unnecessary death. Though, if you have strong DPS, the whole raid can burst it down before it has its chance to debuff everyone. Floor 3. Final Battle in Eastern Forest. The purpose of this floor is to pick up these small balls of light called Forest Essence, then feed them to the Arcane Blazer. You must do this until the Arcane Blazer summons a fire spirit to burn one of the trees that surrounds the room. You will need to burn 5 trees to complete this floor. With an organized raid, the main tank or tanks will lure the mobs up north around this area shown on the map here. Though, if your raid has very high DPS, you can place your overpowered DPS in the center to keep the mobs in check while the others feed the Arcane Blazer. Once all 5 trees are burned, the chest will appear. Floor 4. The Imprisoned King. On this floor, your main goal is to defeat the fallen king of the forest, Bing. While fighting him, if your DPS isn't strong enough to burst him, he will summon a flower monster and Bing will be enveloped in a shield that minuses about 95% damage on himself. You must lure the flower to one of these fire pits located on these areas on the map. Once the flower is dead, the shield will vanish and you can continue DPSing him down. Once he dies, the chest should appear in the center of the floor. Floor 5. The Abandoned Creature. This is a rather quick floor to do. It ends almost or probably faster than floor 1 with an organized raid. If the DPS can't burst it down that fast, then the non-DPS must pick up the orbs of light floating around the boss, as you see here. You then use the buff to stop the mini-mobs from reaching the boss. If they reach the boss, he will regain HP with each mob that is absorbed. Once the boss, the Black Marsh, is dead, the chest will spawn in the center of the floor. Floor 6. The Stolen Homeland. Okay, here there are 7 points on the floor you need to focus on. The stars in these areas shown on the map are towers. It's best to have at least 5 people per tower, and all Ravengers centered in the middle section here, to kill off the mobs as they spawn. Your goal is to get each tower to 100% to complete the floor. Once all towers are at 100%, the chest will spawn in the center. Floor 7. The Challenge Letter for Peace. On this floor you have 3 separate bosses to kill. Zolg, the Yellow Ogre, Ashworth, the Blue Ogre, and Zongis, the Red Ogre. Zongis is the one that you usually save for last. This one is tanked by the Guardian till you kill the other 2 ogres. Once all bosses are defeated, the chest will spawn. Floor 8. King vs. King. Here you have to defeat Karka. If your DPS can't burst him, you will be faced with one of his totems. While Karka is in the magic circle of his totem, any damage that's caused to him will be reflected off and onto you. This is where most Ravengers one-shot themselves due to their high damage. You must then lure Karka outside the totem circle, then kill him. After dead, chest will appear in center. Floor 9. The Invisible Giant Dragon. On this floor, your goal is to go to this area here and pick up a water buff. You then take the buff and use it on one of the giant fire spirits located around the room. Your tank will be placed in the middle to tank the fire spirit ashes, the smaller mobs. Once all the large fire spirits are dead, the smaller ones will vanish and the chest will appear. Floor 10. The Missing Tribe. On this floor, you must defeat the dragon boss. If your DPS isn't strong enough to burst the dragon, then it will summon smaller mobs that will restore its HP if absorbed. Note, avoid the meteor AoEs. They can one-shot you very easily, no matter the level. Once dragon boss is dead, the chest will spawn. Though if meteor AoE is still present on the floor, avoid them, because they are still active. Floor 11. In the Name of the Guardian Ominous Flame. This floor has the longest cutscene of all the floors. It's like a commercial break, bathroom break? If you've noticed, the layout of the floor has changed. This happens every 10 floors. In each corner of the map, you will have 4 golems, bosses to kill. Lightning, ice, fire, and storm. This floor is a bit complicated though. You must kill all golems at once. Once a golem dies, you have 15 seconds to kill the other 3 before the one that died respawns. You must DPS the golems down to at least 35% HP, then move on. Once storm is at 35%, your party goes to its assigned golem to kill it. There will be at least 2 parties per golem, though if you have high DPS, you can just place the parties at each assigned golem and DPS them down without the trouble of rotating. Once all golems have been killed, the chest will appear. Floor 12. Monsters and Humans. On this floor, you are to kill Aveline. If your root can't burst her, she will go into a protective stance and she will spawn arrows. You must then run over the arrows to spawn fire spirits. The longer she is in that stance, the more HP she recovers. Once all arrows are gone, she will leave her stance and you can continue fighting her. Once she's dead and the chest has spawned, you might notice her floor buffs and lasers are still present. Wait till they are all gone to prevent deaths. Floor 13. Stubborn Love. On this floor you must defeat Boknom. If you can't burst him down, Boknom will turn into a giant rock, like shown here, and spawn 4 smaller versions of himself. You must kill the mini versions to stop him from healing and to continue fighting him. If you are transported to a corner and are trapped, merely defeat the spirit trapped with you to escape. Once Boknom dies, the chest will appear. Floor 14. Prelude to Hatred. On this floor you will place 2 parties in north, east, west, and south. There you will have to kill the crossbreed bat and pick up his blood. You then carry the blood to Aveline in the middle and use it on her. Continue this till her HP is returned to full. In each corner you'll have negative condensation that appears. These are skulls that you must kill. They take away the HP you have given to Aveline. The other mobs that spawn on the map are to be taken by your tank and kept in a corner away from everyone else. Of course, a bard is needed to keep the tank from dying from said mobs. Though if your DPS is high, you can kill the mobs yourself. Once Aveline is at full HP again, the chest will spawn momentarily. Floor 15. The Grand Finale. Here you will have to defeat the Spider Queen Savannah. It's best to start behind her to avoid being one-shotted or thrown back by her first strike. You will need to avoid her Toxic Net, a giant AoE. To avoid it, head to an area not carpeted in red. If hit, you are either one-shotted or placed with a debuff to your stat. If unable to burst her down, she will absorb enlarged spider mobs to recover HP. Once dead, chest will spawn. Floor 16. Well Met. On this floor, you must kill the Thorny Flower Fairy while the tank keeps it located in the fire pit. If it leaves the fire pit, it will gain a shield. You must then return the flower to the fire to rid it of its shield. When the shield is being removed, a flower in one of the 4 corners will be about to explode. Go kill this flower or the debuff that is hitting you will kill the raid. Also, if you are turned into a cactus flower, you must hold 1 until the load bar that shows on the screen reaches halfway. Once the flower dies, the chest will spawn. Floor 17. Rendezvous. On this floor, you will have to defeat the giant Graham, but once he spawns a shield on himself, you must then head to one of the 4 corners and grab a buff. The first buff brings shield crystals, healing crystals, and phantom crystals down, though once the shield crystal and healing crystals are gone, you can fight Graham again. The second buff you get is to pull down team members that are stuck in the air. Once Graham is defeated, the chest will spawn. Floor 18. Tough Call. On this floor, you must summon 7 elemental hells and kill each one to finish the floor, though sometimes you might summon more than one at once. When this happens, merely kill the hell with the lowest HP and the other will vanish with it. If she summons 2 hells, then that means by killing that one hell, it counts as killing her twice. All elements are fair game except Storm. Storm is the easiest but also the most annoying to deal with. When Storm Hell appears, you must rotate in the room, and there are 2 safe spots, the bottom right corner and the top left corner. If you go to these spots, Hell will follow you. There's no need to waste a life. Also, the floor tends to bug if Storm Hell is the last hell. If your raid is unable to navigate the glitch storms, then you must kill the chest before the glitch kills you. Floor 19. Love's Obstacles. On this floor, there is no boss for you to defeat. Here you will have 3 different buffs to take to complete the floor. Let's start from the right. The red buff is for your DPS. They take this buff and kill the Umbras that spawn in the upper right hand corner. By doing this, you can summon Glimmers, hence the middle golden buff. This one is for your more tanky members. When you take this buff, your HP will increase. You must then go to the board and pick up Glimmers, and run them back to the buff area. You must walk over the buff to drop the Glimmer. If a Glimmer is being merged, you must wait to drop the Glimmer. Last is the blue buff. This is for those who wish to heal their party on this floor. Though note, bards, you don't need to take this buff. Your heal is stronger without it. The floor will complete once you make 7 large glimmers. Floor 20. The Lost. On this floor, you must defeat Baldur. When or if Baldur goes into a light stance, he will summon dark angels and a dark version of himself called Hotham. The tank is to keep Hotham away from the rest of the raid. While the DPS kill the angels, the first skull that appears is crucial. When you have a skull, merely lure it through Baldur to keep him from healing. Once all angels are dead, you may then kill Hotham and bring all skulls to Baldur to release him from his stance. Then kill him. Note, if you keep him moving long enough, you can keep him from going into his light stance, or place totem on him at the right moment to stop the light stance. You can also have a gunslinger and a tank glitch him by roaring and placing down traps. Once Baldur is dead, the chest will spawn. Floor 21. Thief Encounter. On this floor, you will have to follow Fenrir around the room and kill the mob or smaller version of himself when they spawn. Once Fenrir reaches the center, you will fight the true Fenrir. Make a habit of picking up the food as you fight him so he doesn't summon his spoil food, which not only causes damage to you, but places a debuff on you as well. Once Fenrir dies, the chest will spawn. Floor 22. Ravenous. On this floor, you will have 2 bosses to fight. The first is a dreaming Fenrir. You DPS him down like any normal boss, except he can turn random people into cooked chickens. Yes, I said cooked chickens. Okay, when you're turned into a chicken, you must then lure Fenrir to one of the frost traps here, though you must go around the trap to avoid setting it off on yourself. If you don't and let him eat you, he'll regain HP. Trapping Fenrir is only necessary because you need to slow him down while you wait for the chicken form to vanish. The smaller mobs also need to be kept in check. They place debuffs on you that will minus you of HP. Also, the crab mobs, when they close to the boss or other mobs, they activate a healing effect, which will let the boss and other mobs regain HP. The snail mobs are the ones you need to look out for. They have barrier type AoE that causes damage over time when you are within range of it, so range classes are perfect to kill them. Once Fenrir dies, the last boss will appear. Nothing special needs to be done to kill him while you avoid his AoEs. They will stun lock you or place you in the air. Floor 23. Haute Cuisine. On this floor, you must defeat all barrels of wine to summon the boss. Have the DPS, namely the range, focus on the boss. The reason being why range is because of the egg bombs. These bombs appear once the sensory AoE is present on the floor. This AoE sends out egg bombs where players are located. It's like playing war with a drunk Easter bunny.
Okay, while the range is on the boss, have the others pick up the scattered chicken and feed it to Fenrir 10 times. You must do this to prevent him from drinking up all the wine and cause the boss to retreat. If he does so, merely defeat the newly summoned barrels of wine and he will return. Though note, the longer he stays gone, the more HP he will recover. Also, if a certain barrel of wine is last to vanish, there is a chance in the boss resetting. Once the bunny is dead, the chest will spawn. Floor 24. All because of greed. Here you will once more fight Fenrir. It's best to have your tank focus on Fenrir as the rest pick up the bombs that are placed on the outside. This will remove the shield and floor buff that Fenrir has up. Once gone, you can DPS him down. You will continue this till Fenrir is dead. Note, Fenrir has a giant blue AoE you must avoid. This AoE will stack up 99 times and minus 15% of your stats. This will most likely end up killing you. Note, the AoE is rather flashy, so lag is expected to come. Once dead, the chest will spawn. Floor 25. Wolf of Poor Street. Here you will be fighting Torion. There are many AoEs you'll want to avoid while active. For instance, Torion's Spin to Win. This move will follow the person who is aggroed. Best for said person to keep Torion away from the rest of the raid, so just hope it's not someone who's willing to run everyone over for the heck of it. That's not very nice. Okay, note, you will have to destroy the pots on the side of the room if your raid can't burst him. These pots will give Torion annoying buffs. If you can't kill all pots, focus on the northmost pot, which gives him the buff of regenerating HP. If the north pot did not spawn, head for the west pot, which gives Torion a minus damage buff. Once dead, the chest will appear. Warning: this video was created before floors 26 through 30 were put out in the English version of the game. From this point on, everything is a spoiler for those who haven't already looked ahead. It is your choice to stop the video now or continue watching. If you wish to view the ending credits or outro without seeing info on floors 26 through 30, just open the video description below and press the time presented in the time codes titled Credits. This will automatically take you to the credits and outro. To those passing, I hope you enjoyed the video, and to those not, I hope the information ahead is useful to you. Floor 26. The Beginning. On this floor, your goal is to get all towers to 100% at least 2 to 3 times each. Each time a blue tower reaches 100%, the weapon powers you gain increase as well. It's best to focus on the blue towers first and have a select party focus on the red tower. Once all blue towers are 100%, complete the red tower. To power up blue towers, you need to pick up the magical herbs that spawn at the top of the floor. Then take the buff to the tower. To power up the red tower, you need to pick up the energy crystal mine and take that buff to the tower. Note, you will have golem mobs that spawn. To kill them, you must pick up the buff from the blue tower area. Beware of the giant AoE, it will one-shot you unless you stand in any of the 3 golden circles that spawn beforehand. Once all towers have completed, or at least the red tower, the chest will spawn. Floor 27. Assuming Responsibility. On this floor, you will have to transform into 1 of 2 different robots. Forms you gain from the towers you powered up on the previous floor. If you don't transform, the floor will hurt you continuously. The red robot gives you fighting ability and lets you destroy the mobs. The blue robot gives you healing ability and also lets you immobilize mobs. Your goal is to kill all giant demons. The demons can only be killed once Ilias has removed the shield on them. Once the last demon died, regardless if the mobs are all dead or not, the chest will spawn. Floor 28. The Missing. On this floor, your goal is to defeat Shirley. She starts off with a shield that can only be removed by fairies with holy energy, hence the blue fairy shown here. All other fairies are fair game. Kill them. Each fairy has a different effect when reaching Shirley, effects that are not to be taken lightly. Once shield is down, start DPS Shirley down, repeat process till she is defeated. Once dead, chest will spawn. Floor 29. Unexpected Development. On this floor, the goal is to bring out the boss Hellfire out to play. To do this, you must transform into 1 of 4 robots from either of the towers on the left or right. The green robot consists of an attack and a heal skill. The red robot consist of attack skills. This robot is for on-ground fighting. The blue robot consists of an attack skill, an aggro stealing skill, and a healing skill. This robot is for groundwork as well. The last robot, the airborne robot, consists of a single skill for taking down airborne crystals. You must drop these crystals and destroy most of them to summon Hellfire. Once Hellfire spawns, main DPS leave your robots and go kill the boss. Once he's defeated, the chest will spawn. Floor 13. Choice. On this floor you have two bosses to kill, Elias and Shirley. Your tank will need to lure Elias as far from Shirley as he or she can. The DPS are to lure and kill Shirley as fast as possible. If you don't do this, Elias will run to Shirley when her HP is low and place a shield on her. It'll be annoyingly hard to get Elias away from Shirley once he does this, but he will ignore the tank and only focus on Shirley. Note, when Elias releases bombs, short after a fire AoE will slowly consume the floor. This AoE is very laggy, and those who suffer badly to freezes, I recommend that once the AoE has reached half of the floor, leave the room and wait for it to pass. If you can't afford to lose members while killing the boss, be extra careful and guard watch your party closely. Unless you have aggro, then you'll have to wing it, and hope you don't die or crash. When Shirley dies, go and defeat Elias and complete the floor. Once dead, the chest will spawn. Hello! Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I also hope I was curious enough for you all. To your left are a list of IGN and server names of the players who are shown in the video. To your right is a list of songs I used in the video. Now, if you look a little downwards, you'll see that I featured a little tidbit of editing. So, hence, that is the programs I used. Now, if you look a bit upwards, you will see my dedication and stuff. Okay, and drum roll. The last but not least, the game title. Well, it's been fun and all. And this is the end of the video. See you guys later now. Bye!